Hello everyone, welcome to Informatica videos. I'm Khadrawali Sheikh, Senior Solution Architect from Informatica Customer Success Team. I'm going to discuss the second part as part of a deduplication and consolidation in cloud data quality. In this part, I'm going to show how we can do the consolidation using a row-based or a field-based strategies. And then I'm also going to use a sample mapping in data integration, how this deduplicate asset can help us to identify the duplicate records. So the consolidation, let's take this example where we have used medium and fair results on the performance. So we have three records clubbed into cluster ID 1 and then the other one into 2. Okay. Now if I go for the consolidation here, so this consolidation is optional. You can use it or you can skip this. So there are two types of consolidations we have. So row-based consolidation. What it does is it uses the row strategy that has the most data, most field data or model exact. What that means is on a most data, it calculates all the characteristics from your input fields, and whichever record has the greatest characteristics numbers, that will be treated as a survivor record. And if you select this most field based on your input records, whichever has the most filled columns fields, right, that will be treated as a survivor record. When you select a model exact, among the set of records, wherever you see the common values, that record will be picked as a survivor record. So in this case, I'm going to select the most filled one, and you can see the records coming up here, right? This one. Currently, we don't have anything preferred. Now select the secure agent, test it. Now we got the results. So it took a company name as a Informatica and a person named Khader Sheikh as the preferred record. So among all of them, this is the very perfect matching with all the field information here, because the rest of the way we have some shortages. Here we have shortage of the surname, and then here we shortage of the company name, right? So that's where it took it Informatica and Khader Sheikh as a the consolidated good record to be taken out from among the duplicates. Now let's quickly check on the field based. So when you select the field base, all your input fields based on your objective will come up here. And the fields that you are dealing currently is with the company name, person name, and organization name. So what I'm going to do is, so these are the different column level or the field level strategies that we have. You can choose the maximum, minimum, or average, or most frequent non-blank values, or shortest, right? So I want to go with the shortest. I want to take a preferred record which has a shortest person name, right? So that's my criteria here. I've selected that and I saved this. Now let's test this, to see what is my survivor record going to be. Now we have the survivor record, and if you see here, on this three record set, Khadares has been chosen as the survivor record because I said I want to have a short name on the person name. So if you compare the two other records, Informatica Khadar Sheikh, Informatic Khadar Sheikh, right? So it has that full names, and the Khadar S is the shortest of all these three records. That's why it's chosen as a preferred record. So this is how we can consolidate a survivor record. Now we can also test this duplication on a sample data set. Let's say you have a sample data set in a file, then you can also give a try how this is going to, help and identify this before going to create any mapping in the data integration. So I have a contact data, if you see here, right? So I have a contact data with 30 records and in which I have some duplicates in the person names. You can see the duplicates here. And I have a So I'm going to input this and see how we are going to see the duplicates segregated and the cluster here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this import option here, choose the file, data, open, and I'm going to start from row 2 because that's where my data is going to start here. And this is delimited and comma separated file. Click on OK. See here, the data has been populated, the person name, company name, and the organization name. Okay. And I'm going to select that medium and fair results as my performance. Test it. Now we have the results. If you see here, based on the cluster IDs, you can see how many clusters it is created. So let's try to see, what is the maximum number we have a cluster. So it created 22 clusters. So out of 30 records, we got 22 as a cluster IDs, meaning that, these many groups it is created. And we can also see what is the cluster size on this. And let's see if there's any big cluster sizes. That's where we can see some duplicates. So I see two here for this person, Robert Brown. The cluster ID is 3. So let's see where is the other cluster ID 3 here. So here, this one, the Robert Brown. And I also see another cluster which has a cluster size as a 4, meaning that the Sophia Davis has a 4 duplicate records. So let's try to find out them with the cluster ID 6. So this one is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have 4 duplicates of the Sophia Davis here. That's why we see the cluster ID 4. Anything else? So we have others here. So Isabella Martin coming up with the cluster ID 10 here. Let's say is the cluster ID 10, this one. So this has been identified as duplicates, and we can go to the consolidation by row based, and it will bring up the survivor records. So it pick one of the best records as a survivor, and I'm selecting the most field here. So based on the each clusters, so it tells the what is the preferred record. So you will see 2 records. Let's take the example of Sophia Davis. That's where we see maximum duplicates. Here, the cluster ID 6. So I have these many records, and this record has a treated as a survivor records where it comes with the organization Sigma Tech, company name Sigma Tech, and name as a Sophia Davis. If you look at my this dataset file, right here, the information is almost complete, and these are treated as a exact duplicates. So most of the information is similar here. There is no gaps like truncating the data or coming with the first name, last name. So in this case, going to the deduplication and making the filter exact duplicates will help the improve the performance here. Okay, I have another set where I little bit tweak the data set to see if there is any difference that we can see on the results. So let me import that. So let me show you that file before importing here. So I have a contact data version 1. So on the John Doe, I just changed a couple of things. I changed the name here, and then I just kept as a John here. And for the Sophia Davis, I changed a couple of things. I took up the Sigma Tech. From the Sigma Tech, I have taken up the Tech out here, and I kept Sigma Tech and then Sophia D here, and then here Sigma Tech and complete information on this record. So whenever we have these kind of gaps on the data, let's see how deduplication helps us to get up with a survivor record that will help us treat as a one very good record. Okay, so I'm going to input this into this to duplication. Suppose contact data 1, row 2. Okay. So if you see here, right, I can see that the John name has been cut in here. And the same with the Sophia Davis. Somewhere I call it as a Sophia D. Yeah, and then the company name also, Sigma is different, Sigma Tech is different. Let's see how the results will be on this, data set. I'm going to keep again the medium and fair results. Last time we saw that Sophia Davis got a cluster of the size of 4. This time, let's see, how this is going to be treated, because last time those all are, exact duplicates. Okay, so we got 22 clusters, and the Sophia Davis has been, divided into 2 here. So when I see with the cluster ID 6, let's see if I have one more Sophia Davis record here. The cluster ID 12 and the size is 2 here. So that has the 4 has been divided into 2 based on the different segregation here. And let's go to the consolidation. Most data, select that. Okay, now we have the results. So you can see how it has been treated, the survivor record. So on this, it is treated as a one record. John Doe is one record, and it says that one. And let's take a look at the Sophia Davis. It says Sigma Tech as the preferred one. And this one treated as a preferred record. I also want to quickly show you how we can segregate these duplicate records. And let's say if you have a data set with all the duplicates, once you consolidate it with the survivor record, that is a unique record, how that can be taken as a one output, and how you can see all the duplicates as a one output in a data integration mapping. So let's navigate to the data integration. So this is my mapping here. And then I have selected as a contact as my duplicate. And we click on this one, it will take us to the duplicate asset that we are using in this map, right? Mapping. And I have selected the objective as a contact. So I have a address part one, person name, and company name as a mandatory fields. If you see this, these are the three mandatory fields. And I have got the organization as a required field here that I can pass, right? Now I'm going to test this with the contact data that I have it. Let's see how how we can see the segregate the survivor records, duplicate records into nice outputs using the mapping. Okay, so this is my input. I've selected my flat file that I'm sending all the data. And this is the duplicate asset. And what I'm doing here is I have taken an expression transformation because once the duplication is done, I want to preview the results, how it is coming up. So you can select and preview, click on run view. So this is the preview of it. So what I did is I came here and clicked in the preview. So it fetches all the information. So on the contact data on John Doe, so we have three records clubbed into as a duplicates. That's where you see the cluster size as three. And I have four records. Why I see these four records is one of them is a survivor record. So when you applied the deduplicate asset, it also you have enabled the consolidation as part of the deduplicate asset configuration. It also gives you the survivor record information as the output to this. So that's why we have one record that tells this is a survivor record. Same thing with the other records here. If you see Sophia Davis, we have a cluster size as a 4, and altogether we have 5 records because one of them record is telling that which could be a survivor record. Yeah. Okay. Now we have done that. Let's click on the properties. There is something that I want to mention about here. On the duplicate asset, when you are using this deduplicate asset on the field mapping, you need to map the columns here, right? So these are the fields that from the objective that you come, and these are the fields from your target fields that you want to map. So you need to map what are the inputs that you are getting into the duplicate asset fields that you are getting here. So I mapped the organization name to organization, company name, and person name, and the address uh, to the address part one. So the address part one is coming from my objective, and the address is from my input file. So I mapped them. So what is the group key here? Is group key is something that you are using as an index as part of your do duplicate asset, right? So this will help you to do the indexing part to make the matching more performant here. So remember this point. So this is a very crucial thing as when you're using the mappings group key. So you can use the group key, whatever the index field that you're using in the do duplicate asset. So once done that, now we have seen the results. So I have taken the router to route the different records into different targets. So one target I kept to see everything as a normal one. And then I want to take out all the survivor records as a unique records, and I want to keep it in a separate target. That's where I said survivor records. So when I send this, what is the condition I have used here is uh, survivor records, wherever it says there is a flag that indicates it's a survivor record. So I have taken out that out survivor equals to Y. So that's where I'm segregating all the survivor records and sending it to this target. And then wherever I have the cluster size as more than 2 or equal to 2, that I'm sending it as a duplicate records to this one. So if you look at the out groups here, so do duplicates, cluster size more than 2, and I'm sending to here. So this makes me, easy to look at the data sets, and also helps me to, segregate different targets. This will be my survivor records with all the unique records, and this will be my duplicate records. Once I have this, I can run this mapping. So I already executed this. I have the results. Maybe I can run it one more time. The mapping execution is completed now. We can see the all the affected rows going to the different targets here, and I can show you the how these targets are looking like. So I'm opening the one with the duplicate records. You can see that the file name is duplicate records, and you will see all the duplicates here, records coming up here. You see all the duplicates. This file will have all the duplicate records. If there is any unique record, that will not be as part of this one. And if you want to examine all the duplicates, this is the file that we need to consider. Similarly, if I want to take all the survivor records and I want to send that to a target or consider as a good record, I can select the survivor record sheet that I've generated. So this will contain all the survivor records, right? So if you look at here, all the person names are unique. And this is the outputs. So these are the input fields. And wherever you have out, that is output from the deduplicate asset. That's why you have a out underscore the names here. So this is the cluster size, and these are the different fields. So if you look at here, person names, everything will be unique. Right? So this is my unique data. So out of 30 records, we have 20 records as a unique one. So we have eliminated 10 duplicates in this. So this can be used as a perfect data sets further to load the data to do the downstreams or upstreams here. So this is how we can use this deduplication and consolidation to identify the duplicate records and make a one good record as a consolidated record or a survivor record. With this, I'm concluding my demo. So hope you like this video. Please let us know how we are doing. Your feedback is immense and very valuable to us. Please write us on to these channels. And you've been a wonderful audience. Thank you for that.